We're live right now on the pre-pod. We are pre-podding right now, live. Right now, we are live pre-podding with the sound up.
I'm attacking right now. This guy said I had a receded hairline. You know, I have sensitive skin. I'm the Grand Marshal of the Rosacea Parade. Comedy's so hard. It's just wasn't fun tonight in Hollywood, and I needed, it's the fact that I had this set in here. It felt good. I know I got attacked early on by the Mormon Tabernacle. Mormon Tabernacle. Oh, you can push this guy around. No, you can't. I'm very intense. I get BO in the shower. Very good looking. I've done a lot of modeling in Pakistan. Were you at the Dodger game tonight? Woo! They were winning. They think they won. They were winning like 9-0. They spanked them. Yeah! That's violent. I'm going to call the police. Kids got spanked. That can't happen. I'm used to it. I used to play baseball. Where? Reseda, Iraq. Tina said, Reseda, like this guy. No, Reseda. Where'd you play baseball? Tijuana? You know what? I believe it. Let me see some paperwork. Iraq. I'm from the valley, man. I'm Jewish. Born Jewish, raised Gemini. So I'm not like those other kids who went to Hebrew school. I went to public school. I fought a crip in '87. I pulled her hair. Ripped out her weave. I take Red Bull. I take amplifications of
That's just good comedy. What can I tell you on this? We are pre-podding right now. We are pre-podding, and that's what you get right now. Maybe we'll bring up the monitor right now if we can, the graphic. But we are in still pre-pod mode. Graphic coming up. This is pre-podding right now. Will not be available on the podcast. This is bonus content right now here on Twitter. You will not see this on a pod. You can't download this anywhere. This isn't going to be on a standalone clip. This is getting here early for batting practice. This is here watching the delivery trucks show up, and that's what we're doing. So we are pre-podding right now. I'm Brody. I'm here in Burbank. We're going to keep it mellow. I'm going to stay focused, and I'm using my body as experimentation. Is what we're going to do. So I think what I'm going to do right now is shift into podcast mode. I'm not going to play up to the cameras. I feel like what I need to deliver today is best suited in podcast form. So I'm going to be focusing down. I am, and if Emma in the producing area behind the technology wants to switch camera angles, she can do it, of course. Even put up the graphic in the middle of the show. We can mix it up. I'm saying today's show, what you're going to get is a focus on old school podcasting. Is what you're going to see, what you're going to witness, what you're going to listen to. And I'm giving you honest insight. And you can say, well, who is this guy? This guy's at the Comedy Store tonight, the number one comedy club in the world, the most dangerous comedy club in the world. Well, okay, good. Congratulations. Well, I'm also doing a show in Hollywood in a back alley that's been built from the ground floor up for the last 20 weeks. Okay? It's like the Fight Club. I'm there too. That's what you're getting. Then you're getting a guy who played baseball. Very popular American sport. Brody, are you saying that you're essentially the next Ted Williams, John Wayne, Don Drysdale? I don't know what I'm saying, but it's possible. All right, I'm ready to do this thing. All right, here we go. This is the Festival of Sports with SBS live, and we're in the studios here in Burbank. Secret location. I'm going to do this podcast and see where it goes and focus on doing a tight 1 hour podcast. No guests, of course, because I have social issues, but I'm just going to freestyle. You're going to get a Brody freestyle is what you're going to get. I'm not going to focus on cameras. My head's itching. All right, here we go. Give me 1 second. I'll never get the numbers. I know that. Numbers might stress me out. Maybe I need to be the small level, like a Woody Allen of podcasting. Think about that. Here we go. We will now begin the podcast. 3, 2, 1. Yes, you got it. Hello, everybody. It's Stephen Brody Stevens reporting live here from Burbank, California on All Things Comedy, featuring a podcast known as the Festival of Sports and Friendship, starring Stephen Brody Stevens. He's a good guy. He puts out energy. Is it always positive? No. Now we're on. We are on the podcast right now. We did a pre-pod. I'm coming into this podcast with pre-pod energy, which was on video. People saw it on video. People are watching this on video. I'm letting everybody in to where we stand right now. I'm here today. We're episode number 50 or something like that. I show up on Wednesdays. That's what I do. It's up to my handlers. It's up to you. It's up to All Things Comedy. It's to book guests, to produce it, to whatever. I came up with Sound Effects Theater. I came up with the baseball card game. So I've done my part. I show up and I give you me. It's up to you to find it, mine it for stuff, positive things in your life. All right, I got to close my eyes. I said I'm going to focus on podcasting today. I don't want to get distracted by lights and things. I just want to like close my eyes. I may even request we turn off the lights in the studio. Is that possible?
Yeah, it'll be very dark.
Well, I mean, I have one light. I need to focus. You're listening to Stephen Brody Stevens, All Things Comedy, Festival of Sports and Friendship, and also if we can adjust the lights.
You want to turn them off?
Yeah, let's just see, because I'm making it. I'm doing. It's like I'm depriving myself of. Is that all of them?
No. That's all of them.
Ooh. And what's the one right before that? Let's keep it at that. Now it looks like I'm kind of in the dark. It's shadowy. We've had, this is better. All right. So I've turned the lights off. You're listening to a podcast right now. It's so hard. I'm going to put on my glasses. Now I'm putting on glasses because I'm looking down. Glasses on, looking down. You're listening to Stephen Brody Stevens, Festival of Sports here in Burbank, California. I'm taking my glasses off now. Now my glasses are off. I'm grabbing a Diet Cola can, and I'm taking a swig of carbonated cola. So I feel pretty good. I'm scattered. I feel I've wasted time. Well, Brody, you just said you felt pretty good. Well, yes, I do. It feels good being scattered. See? I broke it down for you. It feels good for me on my end to be scattered. And why am I scattered? I'm scattered because I'm going natural. I want to get back to the old Brody, little Steven. I want to get back to him. This light's right in my eye. Let's see how that looks now. I turned that light off. Now I'm getting sinister. So you're listening to a podcast. I'm Brody, episode number 50, here in Burbank, California. You know what? And here's the deal. If you didn't like the first 2 minutes and you're out, goodbye. You didn't like me then, don't like me now. That's my point. Okay? I'm a Gemini. It's year of the dog. Dog spelled backwards is God. I'm sensitive. I weed out people. So if you can't handle me talking about being scattered and having to deal with lights, angles, and I'm by myself, then goodbye. I just need PayPal to survive, $8.18, 818. I'll get you a shout out. I'll do a voicemail message. I'm sick and tired of it. Actually, I'm not sick and tired. I'm not. I'm tired, but that's why you take caffeine. I'm dealing with detoxification of my body, detoxification of my brain, and it's a juggle. It's a juggler to try and also do stand-up comedy for crowds. It's getting harder. You think comedy's it's great? Yeah, it's great. It's getting harder because it's becoming more popular. So they're either so popular that they're not fans of you, or they're so popular because they've seen everything else. And then you get in there because you're popular amongst comedians, maybe. You're popular amongst people who might get it. So then they stick you out there with people who maybe don't get it right away. And then their default is, I'm a weirdo, I'm a bad guy, arms crossed negative, and that's what it is. It's heavy lifting, man. And here's the thing. You could say, Brody, you're just whining and complaining, which I may be. But would you also say on the other side of the coin, in this area, and this particular roped off area of the coin, things are turbulent? I mean, Louis C.K. can't even get on stage. And I'm not saying I'm for it, against, or whatever. I'm saying, like, people are so hypersensitive about Aziz, about Louis, about anything comedy related. So for me to say that, oh, well, Brody, you're just being jealous, or you're overreacting, no, I'm not. I'm not overreacting. I don't think. I think I am right. So it's up to me. How do I deal with it? You just have to make decisions. And I come from the world of, I just try to be funny. I try to be funny. I'm a kid from the 80s. I started doing comedy pre-social media, and that's where I come from. I'm in that comedy goofy world. I do comedy because people said I was funny. Okay. They like it. Doesn't mean I like it. They like it. So I have to find out a way how I can like it and you can like it, and we can all like it. Because you liking it and me not liking it, that's not going to play. Me liking it and you not liking that, I don't want to do that to you. But why do you not like it? It's because you are brainwashed. Or you don't. I don't want to go into the brainwashed, but it's up to me also. I know being different, it takes a while for people to come around. I'm going to talk about essentially what I'm thinking about is the set that I did over the weekend at the Comedy Store. These are, did the Friday early show, main room, very crowded. Essentially, when you're doing big crowds and they don't know you, you're doing stand-up, maybe a third of the crowd knows you, it's heavy lifting. It's hard to get the momentum going. Not to say that it can't be done, but it's like hard to get it going. And if you don't have, like when I would do the oddball, it was hard to do that hosting spot up front. They don't know you. I mean, I kind of know them, they know me, but it's when you have big numbers, it's like, yeah, maybe 300 people are laughing, but 3,000 aren't. Maybe 600 are laughing, but 2,000 aren't. Maybe 800 are laughing. Well, 1,500 aren't. Maybe 1,000 are laughing. Well, 1,000 aren't. I don't know where it goes. What I'm getting at is, if I'm having fun, I want to have fun. I know when I have fun, people have fun. When I bring, that's my contribution, is having fun. If I'm having fun, they're having fun. Did I have fun when I was at Best Damn Sports Show? Yeah, I had fun. All right, let's not talk about that. We're on a podcast. This is a podcast, right? Or is it that's the other thing. See, I'm on a podcast. I'm on Twitter timeline. I'm on Periscope. Got 3 elements right there happening. You get that in your head and you start thinking, well, this guy's, you spread yourself too thin. You're being brought down by 1,000 cuts. And it's self-inflicted. That's what I'm doing. I'm self-inflicting this. Why? Because I'm searching for comedy. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to create a situation where I can only get out of it through comedy, humor. Okay, I'm going to use my comedy to deal with tragedy. I'm going to prove that point to you. Not every tragedy has to be a car crash or an injury. How about self-sabotage through 1,000 Slurpee straws? Okay? That's what you're witnessing now. It's almost as if I'm protesting. I'm almost as if I'm the guy who's on fire on the Rage Against the Machine album. That's where I'm at. How can I self-sabotage myself to the point where it extracts, it's an extraction of comedy. It's like androcone. What is it? The kids, it's like very special. That's why maybe the top comedians at one time or another, they're drawn to me because they want some of that Brody androchrone. It's what they want. Squeezed out. That's the way I look at it. And how do you get it? By maybe having a sister who's hard on you. How about having maybe family that I have chains of mental illness in my family, and it's time to break them. I have cutters. I have bolt cutters right now. See, I'm all over the map, but somebody's laughing. And I'm having fun. I'm having fun. Why? Because it's air conditioned in here. Why? Because I'm actually pretty comfortable sitting in this chair. I've got my elbows in a good spot. The air conditioning's on. It matters. When Aaron's producing, he doesn't like the air. He says the air affects the mics. Emma says maybe it doesn't. I don't know. But I think I need to have air. Air matters. You know, my friend would say, like, they're upset in the Middle East. Give them air conditioning. I mean, that's part of it. You want to drive somebody nuts? Take away their air conditioning. I'm Harry. I run hot. My father's name was Harry. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. As I focus on the podcast. I'm not on caffeine today. I'm not on Red Bull. So when people are going to say to you, you've adjusted your medications for whatever reason, or this and that you're trying, but you also have to go, you know what? Maybe I'll cut back on the caffeine. You have to be smart, pain and pleasure. You know, I had some shows last week where I was like, I think maybe even, look, this is a podcast. It's not stand-up. I was talking about stand-up, and that kind of like woke me up a little bit. It wasn't a great feeling, but I had to push through it. I pushed through a couple sets over the weekend, and I played what you heard early on. Excuse me. You were listening to my set from the Ice House, which was kind of a microcosm of what took place at the main room at the Comedy Store this weekend. These crowds were not giving it up. They were not on board out of the gate. Now, they came around. You heard the laughs. They came around, but I had to really like go for it. Now, let's also factor this in. When you're doing stand-up performance live, and, you know, whether you're Sebastian or you're an open micer or you're a new guy or an unknown headliner, you have to be prepared. You have to be focused. So food matters. Caffeine matters. Meds matter. If you're doing monitoring, sleep matters. These things matter. How you look actually matters. Did you shower? That matters. Did you stretch? That matters. Did you write down a set list? That matters. Did you visualize? Matters. You know, it's like a lot of things happening. Did you find parking? That matters. So I did the show at the main room, and you could tell that the Comedy Store was popular, okay? It gets big crowds. And I look out there, and I think half the crowd, they were tourists, and half of them were either from frickin' Toronto, Australia, Texas, or Chicago. That's where they come from. Or Europe, of course, Australia. And it's when you have, you know, they had seen a long show. I had the check spot, meaning I went on before David Spade, and they were getting the check. So I guess they were distracted. But I had to like lay into them, and the comedians that know me that like work at the club, they saw it. They liked it. Even though I didn't feel good about it, there were some audience members laughing that got it, and I was kind of like not prepared for it. But also I've been adjusting. I'm kind of open-minded. So I have to prepare a little more these days. I may have to have a set list. I may have to be, you know, I have to really be, you know, on point. But I pushed through, and it was fine. I didn't feel good. It did not feel good. But the people working there liked it. I think they liked that I was getting mad, that I was pushing back. They liked the fact that I was pushing back because, to be honest, probably the crowd was sensitive maybe before anyway. If they're sensitive on me or tight, maybe they weren't others. I'm not bringing anybody else into it. So I go to the show later, the main room, the Ice House, which you heard the tape. And I went there kind of wounded. And I went up like, okay, or whatever. And they're like, guys like kind of ripping me. And I go, F it. You're not going to rip me. I'm going to fight. I'm from the valley. But I did it kind of like I was mad, but I also had to do it with a smile, like keep the smile in. And I kind of like had to battle through it. And these weren't tourists. These were like middle America type. So I was getting it from tourists, the arms crossed negative, the heavy lifting, not fun. And then I was getting it later on from locals. Arms crossed, what are you? And I said, you know what? F it. I'm going to push. And I pushed. And for some reason, they liked it. And now it's writing jokes again for that pushback. Writing jokes. Because I haven't been used to having to fight the audience. I've been nice about it. I'm the good guy, this and that. Now, when you really want to like spread out, now they're like fighting me back. Oh, okay, you're not fighting me, but they're like pushing me. I got to push back. And the crowd liked it actually. Because that shows I've been doing it long enough. I can't not like show some confidence, like some jokes. Like if I had done that approach, say 20 years ago, I probably would have a crazy fight or something like that. But if I'm pushing back and I'm throwing out some jokes at least, and my mannerisms look like, okay, he's been here before, the audience isn't going to go too weird on me. They know I'm yelling. They know I'm pushing back. They know I'm being real, but I'm not some crazy guy off the street that way. So what I'm getting at is the Ice House in Pasadena, they kind of allowed for me to do that. Whereas like the main room, the first show I did, it was I don't know if they allowed it. It was like too big of a crowd almost. So anyway, I go back the next day to the Comedy Store and I'm on at the end. So I don't have a 15-minute limit. When I'm on at the end, I could spread my wings and relax. You stick me in the middle of a show and you're on a timer, you got 15 minutes to like be yourself. Sometimes that's not enough. And you can feel that pressure having to get it in. So what I'm getting at is I went back and then I went back to the Comedy Store on that Saturday night. I was the last guy. I knew I had up to an hour to do if I wanted to. And I had a big crowd. And they were there because the show was good, and I think there were a lot of tourists, and they're nice, and they didn't know what to do. So it's not often you go up at the end with a big crowd that's been busted out. Not only is it a big crowd, yes, I'm missing maybe a third of them, and the third are like big chunks, energy chunks that are like need to be filled. So you're going up at that, and I just said, F it. I go, you're giving me a hard time? These people walked out. I've got chunks of Grand Canyonness that is just sucking it all in. And you're giving me a hard time? F you. Sorry, you saw a good show. Now you're going to get reality. Where are these guys? Where are the millionaires? Did they say, give it up for Danny in the sound booth? Did they say, whose birthday is it? They don't. I do. But I'm the bad guy? F off. And they liked it. But I kept it not in that red zone. So what I'm getting at is I'm right. I need to write for it a little bit. Now, the good thing is I pushed through and I got a lot of, I got emails. You could say, well, the reason why I'm telling you is because if I'm getting some message, I connected with some people. I think I had a breakthrough actually, and people witnessed it. They witnessed me having a breakthrough, and they witnessed me breaking an audience down, and I was right. And they were not a bad audience. I just had to show them, say, you have it in you to help create new comedic minds that haven't been seen. All right, I'm babbling. So what I'm getting at is comedy is difficult. It's very hard. But I'm going to stick with it. I was just talking about my weekend. I can't focus. I have so much that I want to do and chip away at. And then you feel like money situation. You have to make money. I have to survive. But that's another thing. I put that energy out and money will come to you. These things can happen. I'm letting you know that use Stephen Brody Stevens in this day and age, at least through the end of the year. I'll tell you what, when the year of the dog ends, I'm going on vacation. Don't you understand that by now? It's year of the dog. Don't tell me to change. Accept it. Encourage it. For you to say, take a breather. For you to say, I think you're wrong. For you to say, you're pushing it. For you to say, hey, I've lost friends over this. Then get out. It's year of the dog. I'm year of the dog. Understand what's out there. You can say, look at the shows right now that are popular. Joe Rogan's popular. Kill Tony's popular. Kill Tony's with Joe Rogan. You don't think I started with Tony before I started with Joe, and Joe before I brought these two together through energies. Roast battle. Go look at the roast battle. Go look at the lineups of the roast battle, the judges, the early interviews. Bring LA Weekly there, taking a snapshot. Who's up in the crowd causing, pushing things? Me. With Don Barris. Pushing. Energy. Say whatever you want about Kimmel. Don Barris is there every night. Don Barris, he'll say, well, he's my friend of me, whatever. Don and I have had our issues over the years. But when I see Kimmel, I see Don, and I know Don sees me. So even though Kimmel says some crazy stuff, the fact that he's still on the air, I feel I have some connection to that. Don't twist my words. I said connection. So I have a connection to, yes, Jimmy Kimmel. I have a connection, yes, to Joe Rogan podcast. I have a connection, yes, to the roast battle. I have a connection, yes, to the Cubs. I have a connection, yes, to Arizona State. I have a connection, yes, to the Hangovers. I have a connection, yes, to Best Damn Sports Show 1000 warm-ups. I have a connection, yes, to Chelsea. Push at midnight. Push. So let's not question that. These are all things happening right now. What's popular right now? What's in the nomenclature? Baseball. I'm into that. Cubs winning. I'm connected. Dodgers in my neighborhood. They're always in the conversation. All things comedy taking off. So you have to understand that I dedicated my life. So now here's the deal. What do we do with it? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I would say at least listen to me. Did I vote for Hillary? I don't want to get political. Of course not. Why would I? Did I want eczema? Do I want rosacea? Do I want ingrown hairs? Do I want jock itch? Do I want full body itching? Cystic acne? No. Because I know what mental illness is, and it's mentally ill to be a thinker like that. Sorry. That's how my mom is. That's why I didn't vote for Hillary, because it represents my mother and my sister. I'm a good guy. Why should a good guy like me, no crime records, I'm not doing pedophilia, I'm not into satanic rituals, I'm not putting out negative energy, but I'm the bad guy. I'm wrong. Okay, well, I'm also at the Comedy Store, the #1 club in the world. I take apple cider vinegar, iodine drops, reds, greens, fiber. It works. And Diet Coke. Well, I don't know what I'm doing with the Diet Coke. You're listening to Stephen Brody Stevens on the All Things Comedy. Some people call it a breakdown. I'm having a breakthrough. No, I feel good. It's just that I think you look at, Alex Jones is going to be on Joe Rogan. That's going to blow people's minds. That it's scheduled to happen. So, and that's what people go. They say, I don't listen to Alex Jones. I don't listen to this. And I go, don't listen. But they have the same guests on KFI radio. Joe Rogan interviews the same guests. KFI. So you're saying I don't listen? Well, don't. You still are. I don't know. I mean, I read the comments on Twitter, like what people write, comedians, and they seem miserable. Why do I want to think like you? You're miserable. Why? I read your tweets. This world's terrible. White people stink. I'm embarrassed. This, that. This is disgusting. This. I don't want to be with you. Goodbye. I'm positive. I like to walk sometimes. I like to at least know. I know that walking's good. I know that. Here's the deal. I know how to get things done. What can I tell you? You want to cut to brass tacks? Who's on the floor pushing? Energy, push, push, push. The audience warm-up guy. I'm a pitcher. All right. I got to take a breather. I'm going to call my mom, see what she's doing. We're a little all over the map today, but I don't have a guest. However, I am clear-minded. I'm not on caffeine. I'm speaking decently. We're calling my mother. Calling my mother. She's not picking up. No.
Hi.
Hello. How are you? We're on the radio. You're on the radio, Mom.
What?
You're on the radio.
Oh, I was on the floor when you called picking up the balls from the dog.
You're on the floor getting Daisy's balls?
Yeah, she put them under something, and I had to dig them out. So I was laying on the floor. So it took me a little time to get up, but I did.
So you made it back up.
Yeah, I'm up. So anyway, that's my excitement for today. My exercise.
Rolling down on the floor, getting the... How is Daisy today? She's being a good girl?
She is a good girl, yeah. She's a good girl. I'm going to take her out probably about 4 o'clock. When there's tennis matches on tonight, and I want to watch them.
So what's going on in today's... have you been watching today's earlier matches?
Yeah, nothing that I know of, really. Murray's playing, and I'm not really interested. There was nobody that I really was interested in. Tonight is Serena and
Nadal.
Right.
So who are you pulling for? Federer?
Of course, yeah.
So
he's not playing tonight.
He's not playing tonight.
He played. He played yesterday.
So you want to see Federer versus Serena in the final?
Yeah, I like Nadal, though. I like him. So, but I like Federer too. So, and of course I like Serena. So, we'll see. You know, she can hold out, and who knows? So it's interesting. I like to watch them. So
do a lot of the girls keep up with the tennis matches? The girls there at the club?
No, not a lot. A couple, but not too many. Not too many. So.
So when I come down there yesterday, Mom, was it helpful that I was? I know I helped you out the last couple days with some things.
Yes, you did. You helped me out with me and Daisy, so I didn't have to worry about her. So that was a big responsibility I didn't have to do. So that's good. So I'm just cleaning up today. I got to finish cleaning up the kitchen, and then I'm going to, I don't know, a couple of things. And then I go to dinner at 6, or 6:15 actually. I'll take her out.
You're going to take Daisy out?
Yeah, about 5 or so, depending. Now, if you take her out a little after 5, I won't have to take her out again tonight. But if I take her out before, I'll take her out a little bit after the tennis match or whatever. So that's all. Just taking it easy. And tomorrow I got an appointment at the dentist, and I'll run some errands. So
how do you have an appointment at the dentist and you're going to run errands? You're 87 years old. You get out there. It's going to be over 100 degrees. How do you do it? And you walk Daisy.
It's not that bad. it won't be 100, I don't think, when I go. I'm going in the morning. Well, I get into the car, it's air conditioning, I don't have to walk far. And I want to stop at, then leave here and go to Walmart and do a couple things. And I have to pick up some dog food for her and run another errand, probably to Bed Bath & Beyond, and then I'll come home.
So you're
once
out.
I'm out, I don't.
So you're out there doing it, because yesterday I went out. I wanted to go see the tennis stadium over in Indian Wells, but it was
Yeah.
closed. And then I went to 7-Eleven to get a drink, and I was just wiped out.
You were?
A little bit, yeah.
Wow.
I felt like this is hot.
I don't have the energy that I had earlier when I was younger, so I don't do that much either. Especially when it's hot, you really shouldn't.
I mean, what would you
I
be?
do what I have to do.
You do what you have to do, but what would you be doing different if you were younger in Palm Springs, for example, yesterday? It's just too hot, period, right?
It is too hot, so most people do what they have to do in the morning, and then they stay in the afternoon because it's hotter later.
But you're walking Daisy, you're feeding Daisy, you go watch, you're watching your TV shows, you're watching Inside Edition, your Dr. Phil's, your Good Morning Americas, and
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, today I'm watching the tennis matches. I didn't watch any of the other stuff, so it just depends what's on. But the morning, I don't know. By the time I get up and take her out and feed her and eat something, the morning goes. I'm not too good for anything in the morning. I used to, but my energy has gone down a lot.
but I think everyone's energy's gone down. It's like you want to be inside anyway. It's comfortable watching things on TV. You go outside. I don't know how the people drive in Palm Springs, but do they drive fast there? Do you notice?
I watch a lot of television, more than I ever did, so I do now. And I was going to go to a class today, but I did a balance class, but I didn't get around to doing it. Or yoga, meditation yoga, which I like. But it was at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock this morning. I didn't feel like going. But I try to do a couple of things a week. They have some good classes here, and the instructor told me which ones to go for. So.
And
like I don't
go ahead. And you don't take pain pills or anything like that. You're not a pill popper. You're not under drugs.
I take some Tylenol once in a while, but not every day, and that's all I take. I never take a pain pill. I don't even know what they are.
Why not?
Why not? Because I don't need them, and they're not good for you anyway.
But so many people took pain pills back in the day, Vicodin and all that.
They do, but I never did.
Why? Because you just sucked it up. You said,
never,
"I'm just going to."
I never just rushed for a pain pill. I do. I could live without it. I could get by without a pain pill. After the hospital, the nurse said, "You really have to take a pain. It helps." And I don't. I didn't with my surgeries. I don't think I didn't take more than one pill or something.
Now, what about alcohol? You don't really drink alcohol, do you?
No, once in a while I'll have some wine, but that's I don't drink anymore really. I never drank that much anyway. But when I go out to dinner with the women, which I'll go next week, and they have a drink, I may have a little drink or something before dinner, but that's all. Because nobody really drinks here that I know of that I sit with. So.
And what about smoking cigarettes? You stopped after you gave birth to Stephanie?
I stopped before when I got pregnant. I haven't smoked at all for years, so I don't do that at all. I think of that. That's really terrible to smoke.
So what do you think? Like, do you feel good that I don't smoke? Is that something you share with your friends? And go, my son doesn't smoke.
I'm happy that you don't smoke, that you never smoked. I like that. Of course I do. So. But
was I a reliable? You're glad. Go ahead, Mom. You were glad. What?
Were you a what?
Was I a good kid growing up? Was I reliable? Was I rambunctious? Did I get into trouble?
You didn't get into trouble. You were pretty reliable. You were a pretty good kid. You know, you weren't 100%, but you were pretty good.
And the teachers liked me, or they said they couldn't scold me because I had a good smile?
Yeah, they liked you. They thought you were cute. They said that it's very hard to get mad at you. So, but I had a card pool. What do you mean card pool to take you to nursery school.
Right.
And they said that you were always laughing and smiling. You good kid. It was hard to get mad at you. So.
Because I was always laughing and smiling.
Yeah, right. So.
But I don't always.
Anyway,
I don't
you
always.
were pretty good.
And now, did you like? Now, and how did we end up in the San Fernando Valley? Do you remember?
I don't know how we ended up there. I don't know. We just lived there. I can't remember. We just moved there when we came back from wherever we were. Where were we in Seabee Valley?
Right. But was Tarzana a good area for us to be in the 80s when you were there?
At that time it was, but everything sort of changed. You know, there's been a lot of changes all over. So, but it wasn't a bad area. So.
And was I good at baseball in Little League?
Yeah, yes, you were. You were good in sports. They told me in preschool that I should get you into sports because you had good coordination.
I had good coordination, they said?
That's what they said.
And they said put them in, get them into baseball, get them into something like that.
Well, into sports. Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, and anyway.
Are you lying down? It seems like you're lying down right now.
Well, sort of relaxed. I'm not sitting up really straight. So, anyway, my voice isn't so strong today anyway. Now I'm thirsty. I got to go get something to drink.
All right, go get something to drink. I'll talk to you later.
All right, because I got to take her out too. All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, Mom.
Have a good day.
Okay, I love you. Thank you. Enjoy the U.S. Open. And I'll tell you what, Mom, people listen to the podcast. They watch the show, and you do inspire people. I get messages. They look up. They enjoy you and Daisy, the relationship that you two share with each other.
Well, that's nice. I'm glad. I'm happy. So, all right. You didn't get into any traffic last night, did you?
No, I made it home in about 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. And
that's not bad. I don't remember what time you left, really.
I left after 9 o'clock. It takes about 2.5 hours. It wasn't bad. Easy drive.
That's not bad, yeah.
And I'll probably see you in another week or two or sooner.
All right. Okay, I'll talk to you probably tomorrow then, whatever.
Okay, Mom.
I'm fine. We're fine here.
There you go. Mother is fine. Daisy is fine. Reporting live from Coachella Valley. My mother, Jacqueline May Berman Stebbins Brody. Okay. Goodbye.
All right.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
That was 12 minutes with my mother. That's an exciting segment. You saw it. Here's the deal. My head is so out of it. I need to write notes. I'm thinking like I'm interviewing my mom. This is quality time with my mother, and you can't like push her too much. You don't want to push her. She's 87, but I'll tell you what. I'm surprised at what she does. Do I go to Bed Bath & Beyond? Do I go to Walmart? Do I go to Trader Joe's? Do I go to Chico's? Do I go to my hairdresser? Do I go to my seamstress? Do I go to the hair and nail? These are places that my mother goes. She goes to Macy's. She goes to the casino. She goes to take Daisy to the groomers. So these are all things that my mother does. I don't. She is active. She's 87. Don't let them tell you they're not doing it. So push, push, push. When people say they're proud of their mom, they go, wow, I really am. She gets things done. Now, did she? I don't want to get into politics with her, but does she like Hillary? Of course, but moms are great, but you got to have dads too. You can't just have all female. You got to have a male. So my mom did great, love her, of course, but don't think that the male, you got to have male involvement too. I'm sorry. And I get pushback from my mom. She says I'm out of control. Brody, you're just bad-mouthing your mom. You had her on for the 12-minute with mom segment. You hang up on her, and now you're bad-mouthing her. What a bad son you are. I'm not bad-mouthing her. I'm handling the situation with kid gloves. I'm trying to red pill her. Don't you get it by now? I need her vote. Gosh. Here's the deal. I am going to call Ligney, see what he's up to. I need to work on my interviewing. I got to get guests. Today we needed a guest. Calling Erica Ligney. Tonight you can find me at
Steven, Brody, Steven.
You got it. Yes. Where are you, in a train tunnel?
I'm in my car driving.
Are you back to your old phone?
No, I'm it's on the speakerphone in the Prius.
So I'm on a speakerphone. That's why we sound the way we sound.
Yeah, I don't want to get a ticket for talking and driving.
Don't you have an earpiece or something?
That's what I'm using. I'm using the Bluetooth.
You said speakerphone. Is it on speakerphone or is it on Bluetooth?
It's on Bluetooth speakerphone.
Okay, and I said, well, why am I on speakerphone? And then you brought up Bluetooth. What does Bluetooth have to do with anything? I'm just talking about why am I on speakerphone?
Oh, well, I don't want to get a ticket.
All right, looks like we're just going to have to agree to disagree on that. Where are you? You're in Tampa, Florida right now?
A little bit further away from Tampa.
And you're headed where? To a Potbelly sandwich shop? Are you looking for a vapor lounge? What are you in search of? Erica Ligney, not in California at the moment.
I'm in California at the moment.
Wait, what in the world? Ladies and gentlemen, reporting live from California, this is breaking news. This is something that was not expected. People have been asking, what's been going on? Where is this guy? He's off the grid. Is he in the deserts of New Mexico? Is he in the flatlands of Texas? Is he in the swamps of Louisiana? Is he in the backyards of Mississippi? Is he in the Everglades of the Atlanta-Tallahassee border? No, he's not. He is in California, probably on the 10 freeway is my guess. Possibly the 40, but I'll say the 10. And I'm going to say Junior Chills, hashtag Junior Chills. Ladies and gentlemen, Erica Ligney, where are you?
I'm on the 10 West.
Got it. Nailed it.
Right on the inside, just entered California, probably 10, 15 minutes ago.
You're in Blythe.
Miles.
Are you in Blythe?
Yeah, I'm close to Blythe. I think I just passed it.
Wait, you think you did, or how do you not know that? It's one of the.
I've been smoking the vape pen and not really paying attention. I've got it on cruise control and just letting the car do the work.
Blythe is one of the more prominent cities on the I-10 corridor, and you just drove through it, high as a kite, on vapor, on Bluetooth. America, this is what's happening on our highways. We have Erica Ligney, a madman, driving out of control from Tampa overnight, could be riding the wave of mania. Weren't you just in Florida?
Yeah, I was there on Monday.
So what? Now you're coming back to California. What happened? You forgot your wallet?
I'm just my trip's over with. I got everything done. I opened for Leslie at the Improv and had a really fun time there, and that was my last show, so I headed back. I'm about 190 miles from Los Angeles.
You're 190 miles, and knowing this podcast, there is a good chance by the time it's over, you will be here in studio. Is there an opportunity? Is there a possibility that this podcast from this point on will last for 190 miles. It could happen. Eric.
3 hours and 7 minutes is what it says. So that's a long podcast.
Let's do it. Emma, clear the schedule. We're going to create some history. So, Eric, you went away for how many months? 2 months?
2.5 months. Been gone since June 19th.
2.5 months. 2.5 months. You were secretly told to leave Los Angeles, lay low. No, I'm kidding. 2.5 months ago, you left. You said, I'm leaving L.A. Brody told me to get out on the road, experience life, grow as a person, grow as a comedian, and when I come back, I'll be stronger, and I'll have some credits and all that stuff and some new adventures under my belt. Tell us, Eric Aligny, what you did, what you achieved, what you knocked off on your list on your Grapes of Wrath tour 2018.
Well, one thing we talked about is I've never been on the road, and I've never opened, featured, or headlined anywhere, so I could never call myself an open or feature or whatever. So to start the trip, I got my first feature gig in Reno, which was first time featuring, and then I got to open for Jason Collins, Bobby Lee, Brent Morin, and Leslie Jones.
Wow,
you
may be the next Dean Del Rey. I mean, Dean's crushing it. Hello?
I would love that. Dean's awesome. Dean's a hard worker.
No, Dean just did. I mean, it's pretty crazy, right? We got to do.
Yeah.
He did Conan, and people just keep growing. That's the great thing. So you went there, and you did how many? You did. You became a feature. You became. You learned to find hotels. You learned to sleep in your car. What did you learn on this trip? Like again, back to Eric Aligny, 2-month trip. Left L.A. He comes back a better man.
I learned that my Spotify playlist is really depressing music, and I didn't realize that because I wasn't depressed before when I was listening to it.
Okay.
I got depressed in the beginning of the trip because my girlfriend and I broke up, and then I realized, holy shit, all I listen to is depressing music.
All right, so you learned about your Spotify playlist. What shows did you do? What were some of the highlight shows on your trip?
The biggest highlight was being able to open for Leslie at the Improv in front of my home crowd, which was just a great time. My mom got to see me. It was just a really, really good time. And then some people who didn't even know I was opening were from my high school, and they were blown away that I got on stage right away. That was a pretty cool experience.
And you did how many shows? You did 2 of them?
I did 2 of them, 2 sold-out shows. Cold opened them.
How much time? 8-10 minutes?
Yeah, 8 to 10.
Nice. And how was the Improv? It's a nice club there in Tampa. It's pretty big.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a really, really cool club. It's old school theater seating, so it's got like a theater vibe to it.
So you did really the 2 sets you did well.
Yeah, I did really well.
What do you attribute you doing well to? Was it certain kind of jokes? Was it your confidence? Were you wearing a collared shirt? What was it?
It was confidence, and it was working on this material while I was on the road to know exactly where it fits. So by the time I got to that set, I'd done it so many times that I knew exactly what I was going to do, and I was not worried. I wasn't pressured before I went on stage. I had everything under control. My mom was more nervous than I was.
And so the sets went well, and they laughed where you knew they would laugh, and that was based off like, hey, I did Reno. I did that private show in Louisiana. I got to do the spots with Brent Morin. Now I feel like I can handle myself up there.
Yeah, that Brent Morin and Jason Collins spot, that really helped because I got to actually get my feet wet on the Improv stage and get to know that stage a little bit, how I wanted to do when I got on Leslie's stage.
Yeah.
So it made me more comfortable in the situation. And the Improv manager gave me his card and told me to send him my availability, so I got another spot.
Now, let me ask, what other shows? You did the Tampa shows. You went up to New York also. Didn't you go up to Massachusetts? Did you do shows up there at all?
I did New York City. I did a bunch of open mics. I just went around and experienced the comic scene there.
And how was that? Did that help you?
Yeah, that was fun. And I got to realize there's not really a New York, LA beef. The comics there are cool with the LA people. They're very giving.
Right, right. And are the people like when you left Los Angeles and you went across America, you're like Sacha Baron Cohen, you're like Sarah Silverman. Do you see that people are different out there, or they're the same as us here in Los Angeles in show business, or that they don't know? What was your takeaway?
Well, Los Angeles is a completely different city than every other city in the country. It's the way people are there is way different. Everyone's kind of fighting for their place in the world in Los Angeles, and other places people are just cool with where they're living and are happy with what they're doing. They're not trying to fight their way up the ladder.
And is that palatable? Is that something you can pick up on, like spending time in Tampa, knowing that nobody in this traffic jam is going to, the Comedy Store? Nobody in this traffic jam has a meeting at Netflix. Nobody in this traffic jam is trying to get to an audition for a voiceover. Nobody in this traffic jam is going to a poker party in the Hollywood Hills. Nobody in this is it just a different vibe?
Hardly any traffic jams, except the only two places where I experienced bad traffic was Atlanta and San Antonio.
Right. So let me ask, did spending time in Los Angeles like you've had the past 7 years or what have you, did it give you the tools to survive in the Midwest and out there, or did it hinder you? Meaning, like, do you feel like you were prepared for it? Like LA prepared me for the Midwest, or whoa, LA didn't prepare me?
Up and down on that. LA did. The only thing it didn't prepare me.
You're cutting out.
Stretching my legs.
Okay, go ahead. So you cut out for a minute. Go ahead.
The only thing it didn't prepare me for was stretching my legs, like getting more stage time, being up on stage more.
But what about just everyday life? Getting up, driving to Subway sandwiches, or going to the local bar where you're hanging out. Was it easy to shift into that lifestyle, or was it a wake up call, or was it something like I could stay here and do it? I'm comparing and contrasting those two lifestyles, those two cities. Was it? I mean, what I'm basically saying, is it better out there? You love LA, because if you weren't doing comedy, would you be here in Los Angeles?
No. I would live in Tampa. I love Tampa. My goal is to make enough money and get enough stage time across the United States where I don't have to live in Los Angeles. I can live in Tampa. So
you just crapped on LA. Way to go, Eric. That's how you ruin your career.
I love Los Angeles. It's just not my home. It's my studio apartment.
Way to crap on my city. I was born and raised here. How do you think I feel when you say that? You see what I'm saying, Eric? Now you're back in LA, and you're starting to say stuff that will make me go, you know what? This guy's slamming my hometown. That's the thing. People come here to LA, they don't realize there's guys like me that work in this business who are basically in a secret cell. We're just waiting for the call to do what we need to do.
I didn't badmouth Los Angeles. I just said it was my second city.
I know. I'm just busting. I'm just. Are you excited now? How is it? Are you excited to get back here? Do you feel like?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
And
it's been draining. It's very tough to be on the road this long.
Oh, it is? What's draining about it?
Not having your regular life, the normal things you do in your everyday life. One of the biggest things is
getting up and smoking pot in your bed? Smoking pot in your own bed?
That's not, yeah. Getting up and smoking pot in my own bed. But I write more jokes when I'm in LA, too, because I have more time just to sit down in my room and to actually sit there and write. There's a bunch of stuff I miss about it. But, just the normal everyday life. When you're on the road, you got basically, I slept in my car for 8 nights.
Wasn't that a movie?
8 nights and sleeping in your car?
Yeah, was that a Adam Sandler night? These 8 crazy nights?
Yeah, I think that's what that was about.
Or was that movie with David Spade, 8 heads in a duffel bag? I'm seeing a lot of 8s. Did you?
Jennifer 8.
Let me ask you a question. You have to remember that. Did you know you were going to have nights of sleeping in your car?
Yeah.
So you planned on 8 nights in the car?
Planned on less, but that was okay.
Did you ration out 8 nights worth of crackers and cheese dips?
Yeah, I already have very little room in a Prius. I figured out how to turn my Prius into a futon now.
By the way, I'm not making fun of you sleeping in your car, number one. Number two, I am only making fun of it somewhat because you made that choice, and that's part of it. It's not like you're destitute and sleeping in your car. You're on the road, trying to achieve something, and you're desperate. There's a difference between destitute and desperate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You desperately had to sleep in your car. You weren't destitute. If you were destitute, we'd help you out. You were desperate. I'm kidding, but I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. I'm joking, but we're having a good time.
That's why they make rest areas on the highway. So if you feel too tired, you can pull over and take a nap.
Exactly. So you're making fun of me because I'm homeless? No, I'm not making fun of you because you're homeless. I'm making fun of you because you're sleeping in a rest car, a highway rest stop. That's what you're doing. What you want to do. Don't be sensitive, man. I'm not talking about you.
But I got to tell you, the Prius is actually pretty comfortable once you turn it into like a futon.
Let me ask you another question. Did some of my advice, some of my encouragement, some of my harsh realities, some of the situations that I try to create for you here kind of in the simulator of Los Angeles, did that help you? I basically virtual reality trained you for the road. Did that come into play, help you out on your 2 months that you're out there on your adventure?
It actually came into play right away. Like the first 2 weeks in, I was Bobby Lee let me open for him, and after the shows, we were at dinner, and he was just busting my balls and kept like picking at me, and so I was able to throw it back to him and be funny a couple times, and he even said to me, he's like, "That was pretty good. I'll leave you alone now."
Do you remember what you said?
No, it was so long ago I couldn't remember.
So you gave it back to him kind of in a funny way, or you
Yeah, I didn't take it all defensively, and I just gave it back to him, and that's something that you helped me do.
Yeah. See, I don't get credit for that. Make it funny, but Eric, I think people have been following your trip. I think you've raised money on your GoFundMe page. You've done a lot of stuff, and I think that I think it's pretty cool. You went out there and you did the shows with Leslie. You've performed more at the Tampa Improv than me. You probably have your headshot up there, and that's pretty cool. I don't have it up there. That doesn't feel good. So I basically created a monster.
We should get them to work out a weekend where they let you come headline and let me feature.
Hey, we'll see. You know what, Eric? Just keep doing what you're doing. It's good to have you back here in LA. I told you years ago, don't be sensitive. Let's go. Stop doing this. And then I trained you. You go out on the road. You come back 2.5 months later. I'm going to say it was a successful trip. And I'm curious to see you in person, if I can actually physically see the growth in your character, your demeanor, because I'll tell you what, you don't want to come in too hot, too confident, like, hey, I'm Mr. Tampa Improv guy. I'm here, I'm that. Oh, I'm just like everybody. I mean, now you're coming back with that. So let's see. Every time, Eric, we make some strides. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step backward. Are we going to
Paul Abdul song?
Exactly. Are we going to take the 1 step back tonight when we see you wherever we see you? Is there going to be that 1 step back moment, or are we going to go, nope, I'm good, and then we'll just go on to the next one? What do you
I
think?
just hope I hope we get to see that little cartoon cat.
So now you're doing bits. You see what I'm saying,
I like-
Eric? That's a red flag already. I'm trying to put out something, kind of a serious statement, and you're doing Paul Abdul VH1 video shtick.
You made me nostalgic.
Right. Well, you know what? You seem like you're in a good place. Welcome back. And are you going to be at the Comedy Store tonight? Are you going to swing by Squat Melt?
Yeah, is that going on?
I'm
Are you
not
up
saying
at the Comedy Store?
I'm not saying I'm booking you. I mean, you're like, what do you mean? I'm booking the room now? Are we like
No,
we're a duo? Is that what's going on? So now, I mean, that's the way I just took it. I just took it like that. Are you going to be at Squat Melt? Oh, are you going
I
on?
didn't know Squat Melt was tonight.
Oh, Eric, it's Wednesday night. It's been every Wednesday night for 21 nights.
No, but you said it was on Saturday the other day.
That was Summerfest. So I'm already seeing red flags.
Does that mean it's a warning flag? Like you want to review it? Like from the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, it's noticeable. You've already demanded a spot at Squat Melt, and all of a sudden now it's like, oh, yeah, I'll be at the Comedy Store at 11:45. I'll be ready to go. Okay, great. Is this what we have to deal with? Aggressive guys trying to take over my town?
I mean, I was just asking if you wanted to meet up at Squat Melt. I didn't ask for a spot, but
Seems like you're defensive.
if you're offering a spot, I'll take it. That's great. That was nice of you.
All right, well, Eric, I'm right. What I did right there is I'm preparing you, just like I prepared you to go out on the road. I'm preparing you for when you come back. Nobody talks about that stuff. They talk about go out on the road, enjoy life, and grow and be this. Well, you know what? When you come back, that matters too, because all that road work can be thrown out the window with one mess up, one goof up, one wrong word, one wrong intonation, one wrong request, one wrong tone. And I need to prepare you for that, because you are 170 miles away from either making it or breaking it.
I'm at 159 miles now.
There you go. 159 miles on, where are you at? What's the, so you're 159 miles outside of LA?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're probably at, let me guess, how far, you're not near Indio. You're in California, though.
Yeah.
So are you near like the Dome, something Dome, Indio?
It says Chiraco Summit.
I said Dome Summit, exactly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is a connection. That is a chill, because I said Dome. You said Summit. That's what I was getting at. You said you were 59 miles out, and I said that sounds like you're coming up on down to Coachella Valley. You're going to hit that Dome, and then you're going to start coming down into Coachella Valley, and that's where you're at. So that's a pretty cool moment. Would you say you were impressed by what I just mentioned?
Thoroughly impressed.
You're not being facetious.
Do you need me to stop by your mom's house and pet Daisy? Take Daisy for a walk?
That would be nice, actually. My mom is there. I just got off the phone with her. So, wow, that's pretty cool, Eric. Good. Congratulations on the drive. And where you're going home? Where are you going straight to tonight? Where will you be staying tonight?
I'm going to go to my apartment and put all my stuff away, and then I'm going to take a shower and go get something to eat, and then I'll probably meet you at Squat Melt.
Let me ask, is your apartment still there? Were you renting it out? Was it on Airbnb? Is it, could there be an eviction notice? Do you know?
I'm good. I paid off my rent, so I just got to go back to it. I really didn't have. I had somebody renting it for the first month, but then that fell through because it was so hot. There was no eviction.
So it's there. Have you somebody like said, as the landlord said, it's all good, we're ready for you to come back, kind of thing?
I talked to the guy, my next door neighbor, who takes care of the whole apartment.
Well, you're cutting out. All right, Eric, great job on the phone call. I'm not going to say highlight of the. I'm not going to say highlight of the the podcast, but pretty good call. Pretty good call. I think there's.
The baseball card game.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are playing the baseball card game with Eric Aligny. Yes, here we go. I am now reaching in to the pack, to the box of cards.
Make sure you go and download Stephen Brody Stevens in the main room on Amazon and iTunes.
Yeah, good job on the promotion. I really do appreciate that, Eric Aligny. You help me, I help you. I need it. All right, let's see what we have here. These are 1990. The cards I have are from 1991. That's not in your wheelhouse.
It's right before my wheelhouse, but I know a lot of the players from '91.
You do?
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
when I started watching baseball in '89.
Okay. You started watching baseball in '89. And this is
Dale
not.
Murphy.
These are not.
First player.
Okay, these are 1991. I'm going to find somebody that is somewhat known. All right. Hold on. We were playing the baseball card game here with Eric Aligny. He is 145 miles outside of Los Angeles. And I am picking out a card. And we are almost there. We are almost.
Download Valley Vibes on YouTube. All things comedy.
Enjoy it. I'm almost there. All right, here's one. I don't know if you'll know it. I mean, you're. Here's the deal. You're acting confident. You have confidence right now. You've talked a good game. I started watching baseball in 1988, 89. I'm driving, cruise control, this and that. Hey, I'll show up at Squat Mill. Okay, you know your game. Okay. This is not like a no-name player. This is, if you know the game, you would know this guy. Would you like to guess? I have the card in my hand.
Tony Gwynn.
That's a good guess. I mean, pretty basic, right up the middle. Kind of like a Tony Gwynn hitter, right up the middle, just, making contact. No, it's not Tony Gwynn.
All right. Is he a pitcher?
He is not a pitcher. He is not a pitcher. He is not Tony Gwynn. You were playing the baseball card game. Eric Aligny. This is 1991 score cards. Score. 91 score pack of cards. It is not a pitcher, and it is not Tony Gwynn.
Tim Raines.
It is not Tim Raines. You're going big. I mean, you've gone like big names. I'm telling you, you talked a big game, so big games, no big names. And I go, all right, I'm not going to give him a big name. I'm going to give him a name. So you're already going. I mean, every show, every baseball card game, it's Barry Bonds. You'll throw out a Tim Raines. It's like, I need some creativity. I'm letting you know ahead of time. We're going to need some creativity on this. But go ahead. No, it's not Tim Raines.
Okay.
And I'll say this. Those two guesses probably weren't even close. I want to be honest. I want to be honest with you.
Is the person Caucasian?
Yes.
Okay.
So now, you know what? Again, that's how you play the baseball card game. When you read the instincts of me, Brody, and I'm going to say, you're way off. You're way off. I'm always giving clues. Never rest on me. There's always Easter eggs being dropped. So you said Tim Raines. You said Tony Gwynn. And when I kind of like said, what are you doing? And I said, you know what? Then the other jab at the end was like, you're way off. Instead of being sensitive like the old Eric, you go, you took that jab and turned it into something positive, or not positive. I don't want to keep harping on positive. Something productive. So you turned the jab of way off. I just said Tony Gwynn and Tim Raines. I'm way off. Well, those guys are African American and they're black. I gotta switch it up. And you said, is he Caucasian? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
Jim Tomey.
Again, why do you think I'd go with a Hall of Famer right now? No, it's not Jim Tomey.
What position did they play?
It's one guy. It's not they. Third base. The card I'm looking at, 1991. Third base. He's a third baseman. White third baseman, 1991.
Wade Boggs.
No.
Did he play for the American League?
Yes. That's the card I'm holding right now. If I'm going strictly on the card that I'm holding, that I'm looking at, yes. American League, white guy, not Wade Boggs.
Mickey Tettleton.
You know what? Decent guess, and I'll tell you why. Not because Mickey Tettleton's a switch hitter. That has nothing to do with it. I went through. I had a Mickey Tettleton card in my hand, and I said no. So it's not Tettleton. But just to let you know, Tettleton did cross my path.
How many? I don't know. Is he a left-hander?
Left-hander. That sounds like a pitcher. Is he left-handed or left-hander?
Is he left-handed?
No.
Okay. Third baseman. White.
Wait, hold on. Third baseman? What do you mean third? Is he throw left-handed or hit left-handed? Wait, what kind of question was that?
Hit left-handed.
You should have been more specific. No, he does not hit left-handed.
Oh, I think I'm stumped. Can I phone a friend?
All right. Now, here we go.
I have been smoking a lot of vape.
All right. Have you heard... What city are the Jackson 5 from?
Somewhere in Alabama.
No. Go north.
Tennessee.
Okay. You know what I would have done if I were you? I would have said, Brody, I had a great trip. Things are going well. I talk a big game. These are 1991 cards. I only know big names. Why don't we get the 2000s? I know those years better, but you didn't do it. You built my hopes up, and now after 3 guesses, you're out. Is that how you play the baseball card game? You just freaking quit, and now you're going to say I'm on a vape pen. I'm driving cross country all day. These to me, those sound like excuses.
Yeah, I probably should have bowed out.
But you didn't.
It's the baseball card game. It's addicting. It's sweeping the country.
How do you not know where Michael Jackson is from?
Neverland Ranch.
Very funny.
I don't know. Is that supposed to be like common knowledge where Michael Jackson's from?
Name 2 players that are known from the Seattle Supersonic basketball team.
Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
Okay.
Indiana.
So now what okay.
Gary, Indiana.
Okay. Go back to the baseball card game. Think it out. Do you know who the mayor of Los Angeles is?
I forget forget his name right now. What's his name again? I haven't seen his name in forever. Eric Garcetti, yeah.
Okay. What do you get?
Gary Garcetti.
That's how you play the baseball card game. I will not let somebody quit on me. Not on my show. Absolutely not on my show, Festival of Sports and Friendship. A lot of people would have said, go ahead. Quit, leave. You're coming to California. You're 100 miles away. Do whatever you want. This is just another podcast. Somebody who doesn't care. Somebody who takes whatever. I got pissed. I said, how dare you, man? Just freaking like bail out on this? I'm calling you. 3 guesses in, you're done with the baseball card game? Because you're addicted? Now I'm getting pulled into your freaking addictions? I said, no way, man. Absolutely, you're not going anywhere. And I said, how can I do this? How can I make this happen?
I think I'm falling in a dead area.
Yeah.
I think the phone's going in and out.
Well, listen, Eric, how did it feel to get that?
It felt great. There was great clues.
The clues made a difference. Could you tell that I was getting frustrated, or I was getting into it, or I kind of said, let's go? I kind of like woke you up a little bit.
Yeah, you smacked me around with the Seattle Supersonics question.
Exactly, and people don't understand, when you're playing the baseball card game, you're allowed to go outside the realm of baseball. Basketball's popular. I know that Gary Payton and Sean Kemp are popular, and I knew you would have an idea, maybe, hopefully, to know one of those guys. And then we tied in.
Once I heard Gary, I was like, oh, it's Gary, Indiana.
Exactly, Gary, Indiana, and then I said, okay, this guy knows about cities. I think you might be a social justice warrior. And I go, who's the mayor of Los Angeles? You got to know. And you said Garcetti. Gary Garcetti. Gary Gaetti. That's how you played the game. So you did it. I didn't let you quit. You wanted to quit. I didn't let you quit.
Yeah. Push it.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. That was an emotional, aggressive baseball card game. And I want to say thank you, Eric, for that. Thank you.
Thanks for calling me.
All right. We'll see you later tonight. You got it. You're cutting out. That was Eric Aligny. And what you witnessed there was, again, you have to stay with the show. It's not going to be an hour and a half of just nonstop laughs, everything. Sometimes we go dip down and it gets really slow. It gets really, I'm not going to say dead, but slow. And then we fought back with that baseball card game. That's a moment right there. That's something that could be, put into a box. Because I didn't let him quit. Oh, you're going to quit on my game? No, you're not. Where are the Jacksons from? No, you're not. Who played for the Sonics? No, you're not. Who's the mayor of L.A.? Yes, you are. You just played the baseball card game. That's how it's done. That's Now, you could say whatever you want. I think the one takeaway you get, and I also said, you're at a summit. You're at the Dome. You're at Dome thing. He's at the summit. I was right. Because I'm freed up. If anything, I'm hungry right now. If anything, I'm hungry. But I'm definitely not manic. I am definitely not that. Let's go play. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now play Sound Effects Theater.
Do it.
We are now playing Sound Effects Theater. Yes! You got it! Sound Effects Theater! Boom! everybody. I'm Stephen Brody Stevens, and this is Sound Effects Theater. Feeling good today. Hey, you ran your bird scooter into my Nest camera. Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Brody Stevens. I am living, times are tough. I'm living direct deposit to direct deposit. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Brody Stevens. I have a learning disability. I read at a 4th grade level on my elliptical. Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Brody Stevens. Laughter is contagious, and this crowd has the sniffles. Hold on. Hi, everybody. I'm Brody, and I feel good. I had a wonderful conversation with my mother. Eric did a good job, too. Hold on. It's the world's fastest ring. You are listening to the world's fastest phone call ring. Hello? Yes. Hello? I'm Brody? Couple more. I'm getting hungry. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I think if you listen to this podcast today, it was, I'm not going to say flat, but it's the way it goes. Birds in here. Oh my God. Everyone stay calm. Oh my God. 3, 2, 1. You guys are playing a joke on me, right? Hey, everybody, it's me. 3, 2. All right, I'm getting tired. Hi, everybody. I need some energy. Please wake me up. Yes, I'm back. I'm full strength. Stephen Brody Stevens. Yes. Get the F out of my way. I have energy. Move it. Move it. Move it. Oh, you think I'm getting tired? You think I'm tired? You think I'm tired? Not anymore. Yes, I'm wide awake. Hold on. Hi, I'm Steve. I'm here for the room. Is it ready? Hello. Hi, I'm a Starwoods member. Hi, do you have a business center? What time does the pool close? Where's the ice machine? My room isn't clean. I need towels. I forgot my toothbrush. Toothpaste. Floss. Is there a concierge? Where's the best place to go to IHOP? What time does Denny's open? When's checkout? Can I get a late checkout? 3, 2, 1. I heard you the first time, a-hole. Don't talk to me that way. Ow! I said don't. Listen, your friend that works here. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm getting tired. No, I'm not. I'm back. Yes, you got it. Stephen. It's my mom. My mom is calling me. Let's see what happens. Hello?
Stephen?
Yes.
Okay. Are you off? You're not on the radio now.
I am. You want me to? I'm going to wrap it up. You want me to call you right back?
No, I just want to tell you the doctor called. Everything's fine.
Yes. Everything's fine.
Yeah, everything was fine. No problem.
What a great podcast. What a wonderful ending. The colonoscopy was a success. Yes.
It wasn't a
What'd you get?
It was not the colonoscopy. It was the other one. Down the esophagus. I forgot the name of it.
So wait, they said everything's good so far, or there's more results to come back in?
No, the colonoscopy, forget. That was fine. We knew that, but it was the other one they did. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, forget it.
So let me ask. You're live on the air, but so you're all clear for the next few days?
Whatever.
Okay.
Like to see it.
Yes, that's a success story.
It is. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Yes.
I wasn't worried anyway. Never know.
You weren't worried? I was worried.
I hope not. Okay, I'm healthy for a while.
There you go. 87, but you had a colonoscopy, right?
Yeah, but I had that a long time ago. We weren't worried about that. There was the other one I had never had. I can't think of the name of it. It's when they put something down your throat.
So they went down the throat this time as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Endoscopy?
That's it. The endoscopic.
Okay, you had the endoscopic.
Endoscopy, whatever. Yeah, that's fine.
So there you go. Clean bill of health in terms of that stuff.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
You don't see? All right, well, you know what? It's great news, Mom. I love you.
I love you too. Okay, I got to go take Daisy out.
You got it. All right, bye.
Okay.
Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
I just hung up on my mom. Okay, so what great news. What did I tell you? Is this podcast, for wherever it went, up, down, nowhere, no direction, a rudderless podcast, if you were to ask me, at times rudderless. But the Chirico Summit thing, Eric getting the Garcetti, Gary Gaetti, my mom calling back in, thinking I was done with the podcast show to tell me the good news that her results came back negative, meaning they didn't find anything. She's 87, folks. So these kind of results matter. We'll end on that. Just what I told you, like I could have ended the podcast early and then that phone call wouldn't have happened. How many podcasts have ever had on a live podcast a mother call in to say, Stephen, the results are clear. I'm good. Doesn't happen. But it happened today because we pushed. I didn't quit. I said, I'm going to show up. Did I book a guest? No. Did I eat breakfast? No. I didn't do all that. I had a Cliff Bar. I had some Breva Bar, but I didn't have a full breakfast. But I'll tell you what, I didn't have a Red Bull. And that kind of balanced it out. So I'm going to say today was a success. Thank you very much. Mom is good. On that, you never know what else. Well, Brody, you're being negative. I just don't like to talk personal business. I'm not that kind of guy. But that just happened naturally. That was a natural moment. So thank you very much, guys. You've been listening to Stephen Brody Stevens, Positive Push, Festival of Sports. You can find me at Brody is Me Friend on Twitter, Brody is Me Friend on Instagram. I have road gigs coming up in October. This weekend, I don't know when this will air, but I'll be at with David Spade on Friday and Saturday in Irvine, California, the Irvine Improv with David Spade. This Friday and Saturday, also later in the month, early October, Detroit, Boston, Philly, New York, those regions. And you can also find me at the Comedy Store, the Laugh Factory, the Ice House, just pushing positive. Wouldn't mind doing voiceovers, doing some more road work, being guests on podcasts. But I'll tell you what, today, again, I didn't stop. I threw it out there. And I showed up. Sometimes you warm up in the bullpen, you don't have the best stuff. Or you have great stuff, and you go out there and it's a battle. I feel like today's show was a battle. But when you battle, good results happen. And thank you to my mother. Thank you to Eric. Thank you to you guys. Thank you to Emma. Thank you to All Things Comedy. Thank you to Twitter. Thank you to all the social media platforms. And have a good one. Great day. We'll be back next week. And yes, we will be booking guests. The show is only evolving. I just put these up because have you get used to seeing me, who people seem to like. And then we'll move on from there. I'm not even 50 yet. I'm 48. It's time to invest in Brody. I'm like Bitcoin. I'm cryptic. Invest in me. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Thank you very much. This has been Stephen Brody Stevens live here in Burbank for the All Things Comedy Network Festival of Sports, Friendship, the baseball card game, Sound Effects Theater, Mother, all good. Yes, you got it. Daisy as well.